Hello. Come by and welcome back to another Decks of the Week video. Is it the first week? First week of the season, yeah. So we're going to be showing you some infinite decks that have hit. There's quite a few Blink in here, some Nocturne. Then we'll talk about the new cards. We'll talk quickly about the OTA as well at the end. Was it an OTA this week? Yeah, OTA. Anyways, that's enough rambling. Let's get into the deck. So first up, we have a Shuri list. I seen this and was like, I haven't played Shuri in a while, so I might play some Shuri next week. There's nothing really new in here. The reason this could be good is for the Enchantress. Like Shuri type stuff, don't mind running Enchantress. Obviously, this isn't you could go to Sauron list, which is what I'd expect normal Shuri to be. But this doesn't have that, so this is why I kind of wanted to show this deck, in case you didn't want to play the Sauron Red Skull type stuff. This is just a normal kind of Shuri stuff, right? You've got Vision and Red Hulk to do stuff. It can get big enough, right? With Elsa in there as well, with Shuri and stuff. You can get pretty big. And then you've got your armor, you've got your Enchantress for like the Ultron stuff that's around there, or the whatever other ongoing cards that are doing that stuff. Next up, we have a Darkhawk Leech list. This is very interesting. I did something like this in my video, my Blink list, right? I believe I had a Darkhawk list in there. But this is the one I've seen someone post that they hit Infinite with. So this is the version I wanted to show. I haven't given it a try yet. Obviously, if it was my list, I'd have Negasonic in there, you know. But the Leech is real nice. I like that. Next up, we have a C3 list. A list I probably won't try out because, you know, I'm not a believer in Cerebro. I hate it. But it's pretty straightforward, right? You've got US Agent for all the big cards that are out there, Mobius to help with the energy cheat decks that are out there, Killmonger for all the ones that are kind of out there, and then you've got like Valkyrie to cut stuff down, and Iron Man. There's no Shang-Chi in here, which is kind of interesting. They've got a kind of like a different tech way, which, you know, you can respect that. Next up, we have like a Destroy Mockingbird Death type stuff. I did a version of this 2 weeks ago, maybe. I like this idea. I was going to put a just normal Destroy deck in, and I've seen this. So this is fun. Idea here is you get a lot of tokens and stuff down. You get a cheap Mockingbird. You destroy all your tokens. You have a cheap Death. Lady Deathstrike can snipe some of the good free power card, like the Jeffs and the whatever else. You've also got the junk package, so you can throw Sentry and stuff like that. It gives you a lot of options. Oh, sorry. Next up is the list I hit Infinite with. Had to put my list in here. There's a video on my channel if you are interested in this Silky Smooth list. Pretty much plays just like any other Silky Smooth list, right? You're just playing some Negasonic, but now you've got Nocturne to help you control, or to control some locations and help in that aspect. Next up, we have, I don't know what you'd call this list. An annoying list. That's what it is. Cannonball list, I guess. Get US Agent to deal with some big stuff. You got Luke Cage for yourself. Leech. I don't really see much on this list, but I can see why it would work, right? You've got Agent for the big stuff, Nocturne, Jubilee, Leech with Blink. Seems alright. It's an interesting list for sure. Next up, we have Loki. Loki is just Loki, you know. Nothing really much changes with Loki. He does some things. You could have Valentina in here. I'd have Valentina in here myself if I was going to do this list. You got Red Guardian as a tech card, Shang-Chi tech. Pretty straightforward, solid list. Next up, we have Hela. It would be, as much as I don't want to put Hela in here, putting Hela in here works. Yes, Leech has got buff, and Leech is kind of everywhere. We did what, like 3 of these decks, I think. But all you do is you top deck Hela on 6. So, you know, you don't need to worry about Leech if you just top deck Hela on 6, right? What deck was that? 8. Okay. Number 9 is Patriot. I did a different version of this, but this is another version. I don't really like to show the same version twice a week. Obviously, my Infinite list I put in there because there was no other Silky Smooth type stuff that I've seen straight up, so I wanted to share that. But Patriot, this is a Mockingbird. This is like a token type stuff, so you can obviously get your Dazzler down, you get Mysterio down early, your Squirrel Girl, some stuff. You get a cheap Mockingbird, right? Or you could just wave and get a cheap, get Ultron out early if you really wanted to. You know, you got these options. You got Iron Man to go tall in one lane. Obviously, you got your buffs, your Patriot. Like the buff to Ultron is insane. We'll talk about that at the end. But damn, that card, man, I loved playing it the other day. And lastly, we just got a clog deck. So obviously, you get the idea, right? You've got your Titania, your Goblins, your White Widows, your Debris, Resurrect Cannonball, Dr. Octopus, all that stuff to clog up some lanes, make it difficult for them to play, and then just bully them. So that's it for the decks. We'll talk about the new cards. So first up, we have Blinkety Blink. Blink's a new season pass card. Honestly, this card's fun. This card opens up a lot of different play lines. Lets you play a couple of the weaker 4s. Leech getting buffed to a 4 cost makes this card even better, because you could just have Leech and Blink in a deck, and then like another one. It also lets you do stuff like you could play out Shang-Chi early, right? If, say, I don't know, the monster spot that gives you the 10 power thing, you could Shang-Chi that, then blink it away, right? And then it gives you a chance to top deck the Shang-Chi on turn 6 if you need it again. Or it just lets you swap the Shang-Chi out and keep the tempo because you're pulling out a 6 draw. Blink is a very good card. It's giving you a lot of, it's flexible. A lot of people put it in Ramp and Hela and stuff like that. Yes, it makes those decks better and stronger, but it also opens up other cards. Like there's a list in here with Dark Ore, right? Obviously the Leech is helping that. I do think the Leech buff was very big for Blink, but I think she was fine as anyways. As I always say though, season pass cards are always worth getting. Season pass is a great value, so I'm always going to say she's a great card. But yeah, she's probably really strong. And then we got the Series 5 card this week. Honestly, fun card, solid card. Is she needed? No. So she doesn't really carry an archetype. She doesn't really make a new deck for herself. Doesn't do anything like that. She just makes decks better because you get to control a location. Well, I say control a location. You get to change a location, you get to move, and she's a free 5. So she's already good starts, and she comes with a decent effect that can help you win some games. Also, it helps you bluff a little bit. Like if you see this down and they've got like the Nexus or the minus power with no name, right? It makes the other person think like, oh, are they going to change this location? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Who knows, right? It gives you a play. And honestly, a move card with a little RNG is right on my street, and I love it. And then we'll talk about the OTA. So obviously we had Leech. This change is insane. I'm glad it's not old Leech. With old Leech, the meta would be in trouble. But because it's what do you call it? This new Leech is fine. Like Leech is strong, but it's only attacks on reveal, right? Not really that many on reveals. It's kind of just aimed at kind of Hela type stuff, really. Then we got nerf to Darkhawk and stuff and blah blah blah. Ultron, right? The big winner of the patch was Ultron. His bots becoming 2 power instead of 1 is pretty insane right now. Pretty insane, right? This had so much power out there. Crazy. It's just like alone. This is 8 power in our lane with the bots. And then if you have a Patreon, it's 16. If you have Patreon Mystique, what's that, 24? You know, it adds up quite quickly. You can do some crazy power. I think there were some other buffs, but I can't remember them for the life of me. There's a couple of nerfs that would, you know, like Lady Deathstrike, Darkhawk got nerfed. Nothing else is really jumping out on me from the buffs. It was like the Ultron and the Leech is just crazy buffs. Anyways, that is enough rambling for me. That's it. And I will catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace.